Hey everybody, what's going on? XC here. Hope you guys are doing good. I am doing just great. So right now I am working on two guitars at the same time, basically. So right here I have the Charvel, and as you can see, clear is done. Came out really nice. I can actually send this to him this way. There is nothing in the clear. Everything is nice and smooth. There are no tape lines whatsoever at all. And the clear doesn't look too bad, but there is a little bit of orange peel in it. I mean, very, very tiny. If you can kind of see it in the camera. On the white, you don't notice it at all, but on the red, you can kind of see it. I don't like that. I wouldn't send it out to somebody that way, and it's not my style to not buff this thing out and have it like glass. Also, the Schecter is right now hanging up drying. I've got the 3 coats of the diamond black on it and 1 coat so far of clear on the pickups as well, and as everything's going to match. So I'm going to get into this thing and start sanding it right now. So I got my glasses, if I can find them. Can't see without them. And I got some 1500 grit sandpaper right here, and then I got some 2500 grit sandpaper. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to knock down the little bit of orange peel that is on here with the 15, and then I'm going to go ahead and hit it with the 2500. After that, she gets buffed. Again, when you're sanding something and you start seeing color, and you've gone too far. Now you have to clear it again. So I really shouldn't see any color on this at all, because the amount of clear that I put on here really is going to protect this guitar really good. Now with just a little bit of sanding that I've done so far, I should be able to see a difference in as far as the way that the shine came out, and you see like some white little glossy specks in there, so I have to go just a little bit further, and that'll be it as far as the 1500 grit on the whole thing. Like I said, there was not much orange peel on this thing at all, and this thing is going to come out like glass. What else would you expect from me? You know, I don't like to do something. I wouldn't do something for myself in a crappy way. Why would I do something for somebody else in a crappy way? So I know that the customer who owns this body is really anxious and really excited to hear that possibly Wednesday I will be sending this thing back to him. And I'm anxious to see or hear his thoughts on it when he gets it. I still have to wire it up, put the electronics in, but I will do that after all the buffing is done and after I clean up all the rubbing compound that I know I'm going to be slinging everywhere when I polish this thing out. And again, I'm not revealing the rubbing compounds or the products that I've been using for polishing, because there's a certain Canadian out there who likes to copy what I'm doing, and I like to see him do something like this, or anything that I've been doing actually. So when you're doing something like this, you want to take your time. You don't want to rush it. You can actually feel how smooth after you sand it is compared to the new area that you're sanding. Like this side here, I can kind of feel, the, not the roughness, but the orange peel. It's not smooth. And then when I sand over here, all that's gone. using the water acts as a lubricant to sand. I've got a little bit of dishwashing soap in there. Also, it keeps the paper from getting gummed up with sanding dust. Just rinse it right off. Makes your paper last a lot longer. So you can utilize the whole piece of paper without having to go through so much of it. Make sure if you got a bend, be careful with that bend, because the peak of that bend is what's going to get cut, because there's a peak in it. So when you go over it, you want to go over the whole thing evenly. I probably shouldn't have soaked 2 pieces of 1500 grit, because it doesn't look like I'm going to need 2 pieces of 1500 grit. One piece looks like it's going to do this whole body. See where I'm at. Alright, so I can see right here. Yeah, do a little bit more. This looks good. Oh, this looks good. A little bit more in this area here. Alright, so the top is pretty much where I want it. Next we'll be using the 2500 grit sandpaper on the top, but first I'm going to do the edges with the 2500 grit. And the reason why I'm going over the edges with the 2500 grit is I don't want the edges to cut fast. So if it takes me a longer time to get the edges the sides edges the way I want them, then that's fine, because I'd rather cut slow than to cut fast and go through it, because usually around the edges are your thinnest as far as spraying goes. And the way I sprayed this is I hit the edges first, and then I hit the top and the back. So I always hit the edges first, and then I hit the flat surfaces after that. So I gotta let some 2500 grit sit for a bit and let that soak up some water so the paper gets nice and soft. So I'll be back. Alright, so I'm going to hit this a couple more times. Some of the pearl, which I didn't notice it before, but the pearl is actually starting to pop out on this. Kind of nice. So I'll be back. I'm going to hit this a few more times.